With week 2 in the books, let's take a look back at a weekend that featured late drama, plenty of controversy, and some huge results. The weekend began with what many saw as the best game of the weekend. It was always going to be a tight affair between Scotland and France, which is exactly what we got. With the home fans desperate for an upset, Scotland got off to a far better start. They piled the pressure on this French team, with Ben White sliding over for the game's first try just 7 minutes in. Scotland were showing that they could match up physically with this French team and were finding a surprisingly large amount of space on the flanks that led to White's try. Scotland got very lucky after that try, with Gael Fickou looking certain to score. He was dragged down by Duhan van der Merwe, with the tackle being checked for a potential high tackle. Scotland were lucky that the winger wasn't judged to be offside when he jumped back up and intercepted the pass following the tackle. France would get their first points on the board through the boot of Thomas Ramos, but Scotland were once again camped in the French 22 and kicked a penalty of their own. Scotland piled on the pressure, but chose to take the points to extend their lead to 10 points. France were finally able to respond when Fickou found himself in a huge amount of space on the wing. Scotland were ahead going into the half, but they still must have felt like they left opportunities out there to build the lead. Scotland failed to score a point while they had a man advantage thanks to a Weenie Antonio yellow card for a no-arms tackle. They did come close to getting on the end of a bouncing ball behind the French try line, but just missed out on the opportunity for the second try. Those missed opportunities stung when 20-year-old Louis Biel-Biarri kicked through and gave France the lead. It was a clear sign of the danger that France possessed to score at any second. A Ramos penalty in the final few minutes meant that Scotland looked hopeless, but they were able to produce the line break that led to another opportunity. Eventually, Sam Skinner dove over for what Scotland believed was the winning try with the clock in the red. In a pile of bodies, referee Nick Berry could not see the ball on the ground and went upstairs to the TMO. The replays seemed to suggest that Skinner got the ball down on the line, having initially been held up. But the TV pictures were not conclusive in the opinion of Berry, and so he stuck with his on-field decision. With the boos ringing out at Murrayfield, France knew they had escaped with 4 points. France will certainly feel lucky. Scotland were the better team for large portions of the game, and France struggled to hold onto the ball. The normal dominance at the set piece was not always there, and they once again lacked creativity in attack, except for Biel-Biarri's try. Shaun Edwards will be pleased as it was the French defence that won them this game. Scotland will certainly feel hard done by. There seemed to be enough angling for the try to be given, but that was not the case. It is a disappointing result for Scotland, considering how close they were to victory and a real shot at challenging Ireland. There was a huge amount of late drama in the Saturday fixtures. Many fans were expecting England to cruise to victory against an extremely young Welsh side who had made a lot of changes from the previous weekend. Ollie Chessum saw the sin bin in the 11th minute for a high shot on prop Kieron Asirati. Wales took advantage of the extra man as they forced multiple infringements from England in their own 22. It led to Ethan Roots joining Chessum on the sidelines thanks to multiple penalties. A penalty try was conceded by England and they were 7 points down with 2 men in the bin. Thankfully for England, Wales were unable to clear their lines from the kick-off and found themselves defending a scrum in front of their own posts. With England having to put two of their backs in the scrum, England needed some push from their forwards. Well, they got that, and some more, with Ben Earl barging through multiple defenders to give England the reply. The first controversy of the game came in the ensuing conversion. George Ford was readying his kick when he stepped across. Wales took that as Ford starting his run-up and charged down the kick. Referee James Dolman agreed with Wales, and Ford missed the chance to level the game. England returned to 15 players without conceding another point, but their blitz defence was taken advantage of. A brilliant side ball led to a 2-on-1, and Alex Mann scored his second try in 2 weeks. It was an incredibly well-worked try, taking advantage of England's new high defensive line. Wales would head into the half with a 9-point lead. England piled the pressure on to start the second half, eventually taking the points with a George Ford penalty. Warren Gatland's side had a pair of exciting line breaks within 5 minutes, but brilliant defence from Tommy Freeman and George Ford helped to keep the lead at 6. Just after the hour mark, England finally broke through the Welsh defence, with Fraser Dingwall scoring in the corner. Ford added the game-winning penalty with 10 minutes to go, and England held on for the win. There was some controversy in the final minutes, with Ford making contact with Rio Dyer while he was in the air. The referee sided with England, and the home side escaped with the points. The visitors will feel hard done by, but they should be pleased with a good performance against a tough English side. England's attack is still not firing on all cylinders as they struggled to break through the Welsh defence. England lacks firepower on the outside, and there could be a few changes to the backline moving forward. Ben Earl had a wonderful game, including a crucial try. George Ford certainly did not have his best day in an England shirt, with his misplaced kicks ending England's attack. Wales will be thrilled with Tommy Reffell's performance, and they saw some exciting attack from George North. Italy faced a huge uphill task against Ireland. They put the pressure on early, and Paolo Garbisi missed the chance to give his country the lead 4 minutes in. Ireland made Italy pay for that missed kick, with Jack Crowley scoring his first Ireland try 7 minutes in. Italy continued to miss opportunities, and they were punished for it. Wonderful hands from Ireland put in Dan Sheehan in the corner for Ireland's second try. Just before half-time, Jack Conan dove over to give Ireland a 19-0 lead heading into the half. In that first half, Italy had more possession than most expected, but could not do anything with the ball. They also could not do anything about Ireland stretching their lead at the start of the second half. The dominance that Ireland had at the set-piece was a big factor in the result. It showed in Ireland's bonus point, securing a fourth try. The Irish maul shifted and then drove over with no opposition, giving Sheehan his second try of the game. It looked like Robbie Henshaw had scored the fifth try of the game, but he crawled to the line and it was ruled out. Italian centre Tommaso Menocello was yellow-carded for a trip on James Lowe as things just went from bad to worse for Italy. They could do nothing about both of Ireland's wingers getting on the scoresheet in the final 20 minutes as the score finished 36-0 to the home side.